When the mighty king Ravana was abducting Sita, there was nobody to protect her. Sita was all alone crying for help. Suddenly, an unexpected hero stepped forward. He was not a king. He was not a warrior. He was not a sage or maharshi. He was not even a human being. He was an animal. He was a bird, an aged bird called Jatayu. Who was this Jatayu? Why he challenged the mighty king Ravana? Let us discover this inspiring and interesting episode of Ramayana. When Rama, Lakshmana and Sita, they made their hermitage in Panchavati area of Dandaka forest, Jatayu, who was residing in the same area, came to them. Jatayu introduced himself to Rama. I am Jatayu. I am a close friend of your father King Dasharatha. From that day onwards, Jatayu felt that it was his responsibility to take care of them in the forest. Because Jatayu was not an ordinary bird, it was a noble soul who was always committed to Dharma, who was always committed to protecting the righteous people. On the day when Sita was being abducted, Sita was desperately crying, "Oh Rama, save me! Oh Lakshmana, save me!" The screams of Sita reverberated in the peaceful forest and reached the ears of Jatayu, who was resting on the top of a tree. Imagine the scene. A helpless lady was crying for help, and a powerful king was committing a terrible act of adharma. Jatayu could not keep quiet. His heart blazed with the righteous anger. Had it been any other person, he would have stepped aside seeing the might of Ravana. But Jatayu, who was committed to Dharma, could not remain a silent spectator. Immediately he flew towards Ravana and blocked his path. Jatayu gave a warning to Ravana. As long as I am here, as long as I live, you cannot take away Sita. You are a king. How can you commit such an unrighteous act? Being a king, you are abducting another man's wife. Rama has not harmed you. You cannot take away Sita. If you don't return Sita, I will destroy you. Many people, though they speak big words, when it comes to real doing, they step aside. But Jatayu didn't step aside. It decided to fight with Ravana. You imagine the position of two sides. On one side, Ravana, the mighty king, is there on a chariot with all the weapons. And not only weapons, with many celestial weapons. He has a chariot, charioteer, and everything is there. On the other side, Jatayu, a poor bird who is aged, with no weapons, no chariot, nothing else. But the strongest weapon Jatayu had with him was only Dharma, the righteousness. Jatayu fought with Ravana. And what a fight it was! The aged bird attacked Ravana with an extraordinary courage. Jatayu shattered Ravana's bow. He made Ravana's chariot into pieces. He killed Ravana's charioteer and horses. And Jatayu tore apart the armor of Ravana. And for some time, Ravana was thrown into a difficult situation. Can you imagine this? Ravana, the mighty king of demons, who defeated gods and Gandharvas many times, was being challenged by a bird. A fierce battle took place between Ravana and Jatayu across the skies. Ravana showered many weapons, arrows, spears on Jatayu, wounding it very badly. Blood was flowing from Jatayu's body, but it didn't step down. Jatayu continued its attack. Every cry of Sita gave him new strength. Every moment of delay of Sita's abduction, Jatayu felt that it was a service to Rama. Finally, Ravana was very angry, took his sword and chopped both the wings of Jatayu. The mighty bird Jatayu fell to the ground, drenched in blood. Though physically Jatayu was defeated, spiritually it was victorious. Then the question comes in everybody's mind, why did Jatayu fight at all when it knew very well that it could not protect Sita? When it knew very well that it would be defeated? When it knew very well that it would be killed by Ravana? Most people come forward to help us only when there is no risk for them, only when there is no hardship for them. only when success is guaranteed. But Jatayu was not like that. It helped because it thought that that was the right thing to do. Jatayu did not calculate the chances of his winning. He did not compare his strength with that of Ravana. He asked himself only one question. What does Dharma require of me at this moment? Because of that, Jatayu came forward to help Sita. But there is one more important reason. Jatayu could manage to delay Ravana's abduction of Sita by more than 1 hour. With that, the auspicious time in which Ravana wanted to abduct Sita, that was disturbed, that was delayed. Finally, Ravana could abduct Sita at a time which was quite unfavorable to him astrologically. That's why Jatayu could predict to Rama after his coming that Ravana would not be successful. Sita would come back and reunite with Rama. The fall of Jatayu was a great sacrifice in service of Rama. Though Jatayu was defeated, spiritually it was victorious. Victory or defeat is immaterial when we take the right stand and when our intention is rooted in righteousness. Jatayu became a model of protecting Dharma, forgetting its strength, forgetting the strength of opponent, placing its body and life entirely at the service of Rama. After Rama and Lakshmana came back, they frantically searched everywhere for Sita, and finally they came upon the heartbreaking sight. The broken pieces of chariot scattered across the ground, the charioteer found dead on the ground, and on the other side they found Jatayu drenched in blood, and it was ready to breathe its last. At that moment also, Jatayu gave its final service to Rama. What was that? Giving the information about Sita's abduction. Jatayu told Rama, "O Rama, the king of demons Ravana has abducted Sita. Using all my might, I fought with him. I destroyed his chariot. I killed his charioteer and horses, but finally he chopped my wings and escaped towards southern direction. O Rama, I tell you, based on the time he took away Sita, he would not be successful and Sita will be reunited with you." Giving this vital information, Jatayu dropped its head. The reaction of Rama seeing Jatayu dead was one of the most emotional moments of Ramayana. Rama was overwhelmed with compassion and grief. He said, "The pain of Jatayu's death is even greater than Sita's separation from me." Rama treated Jatayu with the same honor, same respect, which he would have given to his father. That's why he personally performed the last rites of Jatayu and blessed it. "O mighty bird, attain the highest state, which is reserved for those who perform greatest sacrifices." With Rama's blessing, Jatayu attained the liberation. By showing his love and compassion and by performing the funeral rites of a bird, Rama tells us that true greatness is not determined by status or birth or whether it is animal or human being. Anyone who sacrifices for Dharma deserves the highest honor. Anyone who protects righteousness becomes worthy of divine love. What do we learn from the episode? Always stand for what is right, even if the opponent is more powerful. Don't allow wrongdoing simply because wrongdoer is more powerful. Stand for truth and justice, even when the path is difficult. When you are in the righteous path, it doesn't matter even if you lose. You will have a satisfaction of protecting Dharma.